Alright, I believe I'm live. So hello everyone, how are we all today? This is the F1 racing competition again. I'm MD commentating for you again, and we're in Silverstone at the moment. And I'm just going to link the stream real quick so everyone can go watch it. So if you're watching this back in the after bit, sorry for that. But yeah, we'll get into this now. A couple drivers are coming out for their laps. I don't have audio for some reason. Hopefully that will come back. I hope you all have it, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, but I'm on board with Bubble TSM right now, who is going through the next, or he's going through cops at the moment, and is passing his Red Bull teammate there of Das Vessel. And yeah, we're gonna get this all nice and finely done now. So I believe I'm gonna try find who's gonna be on their lap first. I think it might be the Alfa Romeo of Ramonic, who's coming around the final corner now, and it's gonna begin their lap. Sorry, I'm just gonna check real quick the audio settings just to make sure it's all okay. Yeah, we're all fine. Yep, I can hear, we can all hear the audio now. Apologies for that. So I forgot. While I was doing that, Ramonic is on a lap right now, and is flying along at the moment, going towards cops now. We'll watch them. Are they gonna lift? A tiny little lift there, and they get through completely fine, no invalidation. And they're going through maggots and Beckett's, and now Chapel. I should get the MFDs up really. Sorry, this is very unprofessional for me. They've invalidated, unfortunately. I didn't get the chance to see that. We'll look at Flying Dutch now. Going on the Hanger Straight, I think that is. Sorry, I'm not familiar with all the corner names. And they have a purple sector 1, which is good for them at the moment to start off this race so far. They go through cops now as sorry, I can't pronounce some of the names. I think it's Nietzsche, 007 goes provisional fastest, but is then beaten out by Contrafact and Bubble TSM, and now Das Vessel. And I've also noticed there's a couple. We're a bit short of drivers today. We've only got 9, so everyone's guaranteed points then. So we'll look at Flying Dutch now, going into the last chicane now. You want to get that chicane very right, and he has done so. He's going to come up to the line. It's going to be P5. It's going to be a 1 minute 26 dead, close to the 26.1. But they're probably gonna go for the in lap now, as I think that's Snarfj who takes it over into P2. Snarfj, very close to the win last time, I'm pretty sure, in Canada. Yeah, it was very, very difficult for them. They lost some pace at the end, which was very unfortunate for them. But it shows that there's great competition here, which is always good to hear as Ramonic pits. We'll have a look at Love Ferrari, Flying Dutch, Nielsk is on a lap. No, they're not. Yeah, so I think everyone's just going to the pits now. Arnicular is invalidated, and yeah, so everyone's gonna be filtering into the pits now. I'll just have a look at Nielsk. I'm gonna really struggle with that name, but sure, you can't get everything in life, I guess. As well as I can't get is This I am commentating, and conveniently timed when Eurovision 2021, the grand final is on. It's on right now, and the timings have not lined up well because I've been waiting 2 years for this, and I'm commentating here now. But it's fine, sure. I'll have it on in the background. I won't have the sound on, obviously, because copyright. But yeah, everyone's in the pits now. And I just want to quickly state again, this is on the channel Doran Racing, which is not F1 racing competition. It's just I struggled to log into the stream, which kind of sucks. But hey, what can you do? So yeah, everyone's just in the pits now. I think I've mentioned that a lot. But Arnikel is actually on a lap right now and has not invalidated so far, so we'll ride on board with them. The lovely pink Racing Point obviously changed to the Aston Martin this year in 2021, but we're obviously still stuck in 2020, but they do pit, as I think they might have run out of fuel possibly. But Flying Dutch has come out of the pits now and is on a lap at the moment. He's gonna come through the last chicane. I think that might be Vale, I'm not too sure. I'm not very fluent for all the names in Silverstone. Goes, takes an interesting line there and is improves by 3/10, but it's not gonna improve their position at the moment. So Flying Dutch is still in P6. It's gonna be quite competitive, I think, this race, because we've only got the 9 people quite close together. So maybe grab some popcorn and grab a drink possibly, and we'll enjoy this. We'll enjoy the race. So I'm just gonna ride on board with Flying Dutch. They're a second down at the moment. I'll just ride on board and we'll see how this goes now. We just see them riding on board now, going through Cops now. Cops is one corner I know, a very nice corner. It really distinguishes a good driver and an average driver, I really think so. And it's going to be very, very interesting now. I should really try to get a co-commentator up with me sometime, because it's been extremely hard to try and talk by yourself for like an hour and not get bored. So I'll survive though. It'll be fine. As Flying Dutch pits, that's Contrafact. Forgive me if I pronounced that name wrong. I know a lot of people in this league are Dutch, so I try to put a Dutch twist on the names, so I fit in with everyone basically. But yeah, we've got a few people out now, and Contrafact has got purple in the first sector, which beats well for them. Oh, they run quite wide there, get a dip a wheel in the gravel, but that might lose them the 10th that they'd already gained. But we'll see now if they go through Cops now, and they do not invalidate Maggots, Beckett and Chapel next, which are quite easy to invalidate. We'll see them as they come over the hill now. No such problems yet as they go out of distance. Just a quick nip over the grass there, and there's a 10th down. So that that tire into the gravel really did not help them there. And they're going to pit now as a result of that. But Dust Vessel is out at the moment, and he's at just under a 10th up. And now they're just under a 10th down, but might still be worth trying to finish this lap, trying to get any time you can out of the tires. But Dust Vessel thinks better of it and pits. I'll get the tires if I forgot to do that. So we've got some people running the medium tires, which is interesting. We've got LaFerrari and Bubble TSM running the medium tires, which is very interesting to see, and that's Romantic actually who goes into P2 on the soft tires. But I think the starting on the medium could be a big benefit, especially around Silverstone, because the if you've ever driven around Silverstone before, you know that the tire temperatures they skyrocket, and especially the front tires. And if you, as you all know, if you try to take a corner normally as or with overheat tires, you just understeer so much, and it's the worst thing ever. So starting on mediums could be good, because they can obviously go longer and the heat gets into them slower. So I think a medium to hard strategy could be good, because the hard is quite strong around Silverstone, as that's Bubble TSM who takes over the top of the leaderboard with a 1 minute 24.2, very fast lap times coming from these drivers at the moment. As we'll see, as Bubble TSM's teammate Dust Vessel comes out of the pits now, and goes up the hill, obviously where Grosjean spun in 2019 in the Rich Energy Haas machine, I guess you could say. But we'll see now Arne Killer, not Arne Killer, the Ferrari, on a lap right now, 2 seconds down, so not going to improve, unfortunately. The lobby host, of course, Flying Dutch, is on an outlap. Niesk is in the pits. I dropped my phone, but Contrafact is on an outlap. Snarf J is in the pits. Romantic is pitting. Dust Vessel's on an outlap, and Bubble DSM I think is on an in-lap. So I might stay with Dust Vessel at the moment, as I'm going to pick my phone back up now. I'm guessing no one's in the stream. It's kind of sad, but I'm sure hopefully some people will be watching after, which will be good, I guess. So yeah, we've got the last 5 minutes now of the race now. I'll just watch Dust Vessel's lap now. We've got a nice onboard front wing camera there. Obviously, the front wing of Charles Leclerc was not very intact at the end of this Monaco session today, but he did get pole though. The master plan coming into effect, and we'll have a look now at Dust Vessel negotiating the first few corners now, getting onto the main hangar straight now. DRS will be available, of course, since it's qualifying, and we'll have a look at the Sector 1 time as it pops up now for us. He's fractionally off his personal best at the moment, but there's still loads of time to be gained if you're Dust Vessel at the moment, as he uses all of the track limits there coming out of that corner. I can't remember the name of or the number of, going through cops now. It's a great camera angle there. We can just see the car go over the curb there, and Maggots and Beckett's next. Doesn't seem to be any problems for him now. He goes through Chapel. We'll see now, as drivers do quite like to run quite wide there. He sets a purple sector 1, or purple sector 2, sorry, is a 10th up. DRS wide open. And he's going through next corner now. A corner I've forgotten again, but he's going through the last chicane now. This could be a pole time, as we'll just watch for a minute now as he rounds the final corner, goes straight to the line, and he's fractionally off by a 10th. Very, very good lap. He was purple in the last sector as well. That first sector I think just hurt him a bit, which is unfortunate for him. We might see he's not going to go for another lap, which is unfortunate. He might maybe do a recharge lap, who knows. But we'll see now. All the other drivers are now coming out of the pits. Arne Killer, who hasn't set a lap time yet, is on a lap right now. We'll ride on board them going into cops. Very well negotiated there. Just a tiny little lift, which is always needed, as they just invalidate their Maggots and Beckett's. Very unfortunate for them, as they're going to abort this lap now and let the Red Bull through of it's AlphaTauri. I judged by the engine sound there. It's Niesk, whose name I have butchered again. But Dust Vessel, I think, is out of fuel, so maybe not another lap from them. Bubble TSM is on an out lap now. Romantic has just exited the pits. Snarf J is on an out lap. Contrafact's on an out lap. Niesk is on, or he just had a lap time there, and I've missed it again, I think. But I'll ride on board with him now, as I think he's going for a second lap. As he goes now onto the hangar straight, I should probably have a map up with me of like all the corners, so I know them better, because every single corner in Silverstone is named. He's 300ths up on his lap. A good first sector for him then, as he negotiates the next corner now. Obviously going to try to run out wide there. He doesn't use all the space, but he does utilise some of the curb. Arne Killer has retired from the session. I think, was it intentional or was it just an incident? I'm not too sure, but I'll go back to Niesk, who is unfortunately invalidated. I'll see if someone comes past Arne Killer there, and we can have a look at what happened there. As we'll see, Contrafact is going to start a lap now. I'm just going through the last corner, and I dropped my phone again. I should really stop doing that, but Contrafact is going through the first corner now, which very quickly turns into the second corner, into the next hard-braking zone of turn 3, and now even harder turn 4, and now I'm going to try to get a good exit now onto the hangar straight. DRS wide open, as we can see the flap opening up there. As we'll come to the first sector, time now is fractionally 300ths off. A little bit slidey there through the next corner. We cannot see Arne Killer's car as it's been removed, but Contrafact onto the next straight now. Really going well for him at the moment. Only 300ths off. We've got a great cops cam there, really showing how fast these cars go. And now Maggots and Beckett's next, very easy to invalidate, as I can see. Oh, and he has invalidated, very unfortunate for him. Might be worth finishing this lap though to see what it could have been, although he's a 10th down, which is unfortunate for him. Just Vessel has finished, Flying Dutch has finished, Niesk has finished, LaFerrari has pitted with an invalid lap time. Amontic is going at the moment. Bubble TM has improved their lap time again. It's a 1:23.9. Very, very nice lap from them. Ramontic is the last one to cross the line now. And from the timing sheets, I cannot see that they're going to improve. And that is the grid for this race in Silverstone. So that's going to round out qualifying today. We'll hopefully, and we're through now. Okay, so I'll quickly run through the board now. Bubble TSM is on pole, followed by Snarf J, and Dust Russell, which rounds out the top 3. Then Ramontic, Love Ferrari, Contrafact, Niesk, Flying Dutch, and Arne Killer are the last few, few times there. I've noticed everyone in this lobby is from Central Europe, or mainland Europe, except me, which is ironic. As we'll go through now to Silverstone for the race now. It's a 50% race, I'm pretty sure. And we'll just see now. Some people have qualified on the mediums, so they'll be allowed. And it's raining! This has changed all strategies now. People who've gone out on the mediums shouldn't have. Or, no, they not shouldn't have. But it's going to ruin their strategy now. Very unfortunate for them. Very, very unfortunate for them, actually. As we'll just see everyone's doing their strategy. We can see the pits. And we can see the people with rain jackets and umbrellas on the top deck there of the Silverstone building. Very nice piece of architecture there. We're just waiting for the players now. I'm just going to have a quick drink. I'll be back in 1 second. Sorry about this. Sorry, I had my mic on mute there. But yeah, everyone's gone for the intermediate tires now. As I'll just stay with Bubble TSM, who's got a pretty decent lead on the formation lap, so it doesn't really count, but hey. And we'll just see the cars go round now. Eurovision has started, which makes me quite sad because I'm missing it. But hopefully I'll be able to watch it afterwards, as I think this will be around a little bit less than an hour, I think. So I should be able to catch the end, and I'll be able to watch it all. So yeah. All things considered, life's not too bad, I guess. Alright, so we've got Bubble TSM lining up on the grid now, followed by SnarfJ, Dust Vessel, Ramontic, Love Ferrari 99, Contrafact, Nielsk, Flying Dutch, and Arna Killer. We see them all. They're all lined up now. We're going to go to 5 red lights now. Well, not 5 red lights, as the game is a bit buggy, of course. But everyone's revving up now. The lights have illuminated. And we're underway in Silverstone. That's a poor start from Bubble TSM, who's getting swarmed now. SnarfJ takes off into the lead. As we'll just see everyone coming through first corner now. It's SnarfJ ahead of Dust Vessel, ahead of Bubble TSM, who's lost out. Ramontic, Contrafact, Love Ferrari, Arna Killer, who's made up 2 places. The 2 Alpha Towers are last now at the moment. I think Flying Dutch might have had a problem there. He's quite far off from the rest of the pack. But very clean so far from everyone. We'll have a look at the back now. As someone's in the chat, as I think that's the 2 Red Bulls going wheel to wheel into the heartbreaking zone. They're still continuing it. Dust Vessel on the inside, and Bubble TSM on the outside, just unable to complete the move, but he's deploying overtake now. Is he gonna go for a move into cops? He just backs out there. So very clean start from everyone at the moment. Great start from SnarfJ, last week's pole sitter. And yeah, so there'll be 1 pit stop today, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, so there's everyone going through everyone's through nicely now. We're gonna settle into a nice race, hopefully. And hello to Alex in the chat. This is great. Yeah, I had to stream it here again. Sorry about that. But SnarfJ has gotten through now, and then there's Dust Vessel ahead, and I think the timing sheet is broken on me because Love Ferrari, it says, is in the lead, but Love Ferrari is behind Contrafact at the moment. And we have a mad Italian in the chat now. He's yeah. I don't know if I should read that out. I'm embarrassed myself. But speaking of which, Dust Vessel's actually all over the back of SnarfJ, so Dust Vessel's trying to get that P1, I guess. It seems like SnarfJ might not have the pace to hold on to the lead, but we'll see now. As we'll ride on board with Dust Vessel, you deploying overtake in the slipstream now. Going into cops. And he's actually got a great run going into Maggots and Beckets. He's just going to back out as SnarfJ gets a bit of a wobble there. Maybe took a bit too much speed there. But this is going to give Dust Vessel a good run now onto the main straight. He's got loads of ERS to deploy. SnarfJ is deploying some ERS as well. And Dust Vessel's a bit too far back. But look at this, there's Ramontic trying to go around the outside of Bubble TSM. And Bubble TSM holds that off very well, but Ramontic is not done with that. I don't think he's just going to hold off a dive bomb there, and they're both going to safely navigate the next corner. Dustfossil sets the fastest lap. He's all over the back now of Snarf J, practically, possibly even pushing him through the corner. He's going to go for a little move, possibly. Snarf J offers him the inside, which now switches to the outside. Dust Vessel, ooh, I think they made a little bit of contact there. No damage, of course. But in real life, that could have been a lot different. No DRS to help Dust Vessel. Snarf J is trying to break the toe. Dust Vessel is possibly trying to get out of the hot air. But it's going to shape up, hopefully, for a brilliant fight for the lead now. Lap 13 is possibly going to be the pit stop window. I'll have a look back now through Ramontic's drop back from Bubble TSM, who's been closing up to the Dust Vessel, and Snarf J. Arna Killer is staying ahead of the two Alpha Towers. Two Alpha Towers have dropped off, kind of now. We've got Lovefire in P6, just behind Contrafact, and is a little bit of a distance to Ramontic. Kind of reminds me of Ramon from Cars, but I'll just leave that there. So, Dust Vessel now still trying to overtake Snarf J now. Just trying to get past, but cannot do so. Obviously quite hard to overtake if you're in the wet and you have no DRS, which is quite a pain. No incidents so far, which is always good, which is quite fine. So we're gonna get into the mid stage of this race, which Dust Vessel is getting a great run on Snarf J through a couple of corners. Dust Vessel goes to the inside line. I haven't got a great camera angle, but he's got the inside line. He's edging ahead. Snarf J is trying to continue it on the outside. He gets forced kind of wide. He's deploying overtake now. He's getting close to the back of him now, but he's going to be too far. That was a bold move from Dust Vessel. A full credit towards him. It was opportunistic. It was brilliant. He pulled it off cleanly, and a very, very well done to him. He's now got the lead of the race. Snarf J is going to try to get it back though, although he hasn't got a great exit, and he might fall into the clutches of the pole sitter, Bubble TSM, sorry. And then there's Ramontic, who's not too far back as well. So now Dust Vessel's leading, deploys a little bit of overtake. I'm just gonna have a quick drink, apologies. Alright, apologies for that again. My mouth gets very dry whenever I'm commentating by myself for this long, as Dust Vessel sets the fastest lap of the race. As we've got a very interesting camera angle there. As he just goes through now, I might get a quick, or I might get the corners up quickly, like a track map up, so everything can be all sorted out and I don't have to keep referring to them as that corner or anything. So I'll just get that up now. I'll try to get it up on my phone. Right, so I should type in Silverstone track map and that should come up. I can't type. Alright, here we go. Yeah, so I think I've been missing, I might have missed some action there, I'm not too sure. I've got another something in the chat there. Oh no, never mind. Someone's just joined, I think. We've got 3 people in the chat now, Hello, how are you all doing? This is the most I've had all evening, so hello, how are you all? If you could type something and see how everyone is, that would be very good. But obviously you don't have to if you don't want to. So Romantic is now kind of close to the back of Bubble TSM, who's kind of dropped back a bit from Snarf J. The race is just petering out now, as Dust Festival is absolutely electric at the moment. I'll get the interval gaps up at the moment. We've got Bubble TSM, who actually has a penalty at the moment. He's picked up a 3-second penalty for track limit violations, I'm pretty sure. They might be struggling now. Obviously the pole sitter again. I've noticed the pole sitter has they struggle quite a lot in the latter stage of the race, but this is only my second race commentating, so it might just be a coincidence, or who knows. So I'll just reiterate again, this is for F1 racing competition. This is not a Doran Racing video or stream. It's F1 competition. They have the full rights to it, I guess. I just have to stream it here because I struggle with the login process, because it's kind of complicated. I'll try get it sorted for next week so I can get it on the other channel, and I can stop moving it onto the other channel, as we just see all the cars filtering through now. And everyone's kind of maintaining a decent gap to each other. Obviously kind of getting into the boring stage of the race, I guess, but nothing's boring when you have a good commentator, I guess. Although it's hard to be a good commentator if you have no one next to you, which is obviously difficult. But I'll just try do what I can at the moment, as Contrafact gets a 3-second penalty for track violations there. As we've got the closest battle at the moment, Love Ferrari on the back of Contrafact at the moment. We're right on board with the Mercedes running the intermediate tyres. Contrafact is just too far back. Oh, and I've accidentally hit my controller there, apologies. So we'll just see the cars filtering through now, and I'm just gonna have a quick drink again, sorry. Alright, sorry about that again. Just gotta stay hydrated. So I'll try go through some of the corners now as we enter lap 8. Getting kind of close to the pit stop window now. So Dust Festival, he got a little bit loosey-goosey out there as he goes through Village and into the loop, going to Atri and onto the Wellington Straight. I actually got it wrong. The Hangar Straight is after Chapel, which is, I apologise for that, because I've been referring it to as that for the past few laps now, so apologies for that. And so yeah, we're into the stage of the race just before the pit stops. We'll see who's gonna be pitting soon now. I don't think he can get to the end, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. You can't have everything. As Bubble TSM, I actually haven't noticed this. Bubble TSM is all over the back of Snarf J, and is getting close to is possibly going to go for an overtake now. As we'll just see now, negotiating. It's Stowe Corner, actually. I cannot believe I forgot that. But you've got a little bit of a train forming now. It's consisting of Snarf J, Bubble TSM, and Ramontic. So those three drivers it might start heating up now, as that's yellow flags, and it's Dust Vessel's gone off. Dust Vessel has gone off. They've come back on now, but that's dented their 6-second lead now. It's down to 2.2 seconds now, so very unfortunate for them. So the three cars might be coming through now, since Dust Vessel might have their confidence knocked a bit. Obviously the grip has gone down a bit, and it's going to be a bit harder for everyone now. As I'm just going to scroll through now. Sorry. But yeah, we've got these three now are going to provide some good action for us, hopefully. And we'll hopefully have some good racing soon. Not that we've already had any at the moment. We've had very good racing at the moment, very clean racing from all drivers at the moment. No real incidents at the moment. I don't want to apply a commentator's curse, but that's what's happened so far, and very good for all the drivers. As I think that was Ramontic who just pulled out, or tried to pull out there into Stowe. But he's got a great run on Bubble TSM, not going to go for the dive bomb. Brakes a little bit earlier there than usual, probably to avoid running into the back of the Red Bull there. And this is how it's going to shape up, I guess. Flying Dutch has gotten past Arna Killer there. Arna Killer is going to try fight this one out a bit more. Ooh, as they get very close. They're possibly going to go wheel to wheel. Nah, Arna Killer just pulls out there. But Flying Dutch does pick up a penalty there for multiple warnings. So an AlphaTauri is moving up the field now, which is always good to hear, as I think it's actually stopped raining now. So we're gonna get to a changeover period now. We're gonna see some strategy master plans, hopefully. We have got a Ferrari in this race, so Snarf J, I hope you have a good strategist. Anyway, you can just see how less precipitation or water there is on the track now. Obviously way too early to change over to slick tires now, but you never know, it's gonna get close. I hope we can hopefully get some sort of, we'll get like a gambler on slicks, as Ted Kravitz would say when Lance Stroll would in 2019 Germany pit, and he went up to P4. So we could see some incredible strategies here, or maybe some worse ones, who knows. But it's definitely going to make this race a lot more interesting now, as I'm going to have a drink again. Sorry. Alright, sorry about that. I had a much quicker drink there, but you can see it's really drying up now. Into turn 1 now. As I'll just have a look quick now. I'll have a look at the standings, actually. I'll get the standings up for you now. I'll go to the Discord now. I'll have a look now. Sorry about this, but you can just see from the outside there, the track is really drying up now. Gonna get to the changeover period now. Gonna get hard for all the drivers to go through now, and sorry, I've got the standings up now. So the championship leader is Dust Vessel at the moment, and I forgot to turn notifications off. Apologies for that. But it's Dust Vessel in the lead right now, who won in Japan, finished second in France, and finished third in Canada. They're on 58 points at the moment, followed by Snarf J, Ray Fizz, Ramontic, Beetle 24, Tim Vidi Shipop, it's Malik, F1 RC Carl, Flying JD, Flying Dutch, Coronet, Love Ferrari, Contrafact, One Blood, Trail Hunter, Arna Killer, Nielsk, Muzaps, Il-18 Puffo, and Rapscoft. Sorry, I'm pronouncing some of these names very badly. I apologize for that. But as I was looking down at my phone, Ramontic is all over the back of Dust Vessel at the moment, and I think has someone actually gone into the pits? Yeah, people are pitting for the crossover now. I completely missed that. Sorry about that. As Bubble TM, CSM got a very, very bad exit there, and Ramontic is now through. We'll see. Yeah, it does look like it's slick time now. Everyone's in the pits now. This race is just heated up now. I'm ecstatic now. You probably can't really tell through my voice, but I am. I just don't really show it through my voice. But yeah, Dust Vessel's gonna have to pit now. You can actually still see there's a little bit of water on the tires there. The clouds are unforgiving, and we have yellows. That's Bubble TSM has gone off there and has broken their front wing, I think. Just front end plate, I think. Yeah, they've lost both end plates. Very unfortunate for them. They're having a brilliant race up in P3 as Niesk gets a penalty there. Everyone's going on the mediums. I don't know if people are going to try to get to the end. I assume they are. Snarf J is out of the session. I think, did they just retire in the pits? I'm not too sure. As Dust Vessel stays out, I think is he trying to stretch the intermediates out a bit more and maybe possibly even try to get to the softs and run the softs to the end. I'm not too sure. But he has got a very big lead on Ramontic at the moment. But the top 5 are still running intermediate tires at the moment, as Flying Dutch is going to come in for his tire change now. We can see that they are medium tires, as we see Bubble TSM is coming into the pits as well. It's going to change the front wing. We can see the Red Bull pit crew working very well on the car. He's also going to go into the mediums. The top 3 are now the only drivers on the intermediate tires. I think Dust Vessel might have stayed out there to let Bubble TSM to avoid a double stack and to let Bubble TSM change the front wing. But it is going to cost Dust Vessel, although it seems so far that Dust Vessel has the pace. Also, Bubble TSM might have some pace in the dry now, because they obviously got pole in the dry, so they might have some more pace under up their sleeve now, as we're in the halfway point of the race now. Dust Vessel is coming around Stone now, so we'll have a look if they pit. They're obviously taking it a lot slower now, and they do come into the pits now, so that shows that it is time for slicks. Ramontic is most likely going to follow them in. They do. Love Ferrari is also following them in, so we're going to maybe see Contrafact is the leading car of the slick tires at the moment. Very, very slow pit stop in Silverstone, obviously, so he's going to gain a lot of time now. Dust Vessel is onto the mediums now. Quick pit stop from the Red Bull pit crew. They're known for having quick stops. Ramontic's in the pit lane. LaFerrari pulls into his pit stop, or his pit box. I can speak English, as it's going to be a bit nip and tuck here with Ramontic, as Ramontic goes onto the soft tires. So I'm not sure if they're going to attempt to stop or going to try to get to the end, but that's an interesting strategy, as Dust Vessel comes out way ahead of the rest of the cars now. So no damage done to Dust Vessel's lead there. They've still got a great lead in P1, but they're going to have Ramontic on the soft tires trying to come at them now. We'll see now what's happening everywhere. I'm just going to quickly look at the Eurovision at the moment, because I'm missing out on it. And it's Greece performing is performing now at the moment. I don't think you care, but it matters to me, as Ramontic's already gained some time on the Red Bull of Dust Vessel on those soft tires, which bodes well for them, since they're going to try to go for Don't know if you call it a splash and dash. I'm not too sure. Sorry, my mic cut out there again. As Romantics picked up another 4/10 on Dust Vessel, as Bubble TSM is on the back of Niisk now. Just going into Chapel now. That's Bubble TSM has spun. Very, very unfortunate for them now. They were going very, very well in their recovery, but that's going to cost them a lot now. And that's going to possibly ruin the race now for them. Obviously, they've got a lot of recovery driving to do now. They're 10 seconds off the back of Niisk, who's the last car apart from them at the moment. And yeah, so all the drivers still going through now. We've got around 10 laps to go, and we're just gonna try to cruise to the finish, I guess. We've got no one really in overtaking or striking distance with anyone at the moment. I'm gonna have a look at the penalties now. Everyone's got, or not everyone, not a lot of people have penalties. Contrafact has a 3-second penalty for track violations. Flying Dutch has a 3-second penalty for track violations, and Niisk and Bubble TSM have 2 6-second penalties for multiple track violations, which is unfortunate for them. Obviously very hard to invalidate or get a penalty, as Arne Killer has just gotten there a 3-second penalty. I'm going to see if there's anything else I can show. So everyone has made a stop at the moment. We'll see the position changes at the moment. Dust Vessel has gained 2 positions. Romantic has gained 2 positions. LaFerrari has gained 2 positions. Contrafact has gained 2 positions. Flying Dutch has gained 3 positions. Arne Killer has gained 3 positions. Niisk has not gained any positions. They've stayed in the position that they are, and Bubble TSM has lost 7 positions, along with Snarfj, who's DNF'd, has lost 7 positions as well. As I think the gap from Romantic to Dust Vessel has gone up a bit. Unfortunate for Romantic, as they're trying to close the gap as much as possible, to try and optimize the soft tires. As I'm just gonna have a quick bite, 1 second. Apologies. I apologize so much for that. My hunger just got the better of me there. I'll try not to let that happen again. But nothing really happened while I was gone, so we didn't really lose out as much. Or, we didn't really lose out on much. But we are into the last 9 laps at this moment, as Romantic's gap to Dust Vessel has gone down. Now, I'm not too sure if Romantic's going to try to get to the end. It's going to be a challenge to get to the end, but fair play to them if they can get to the end. Everyone else is going safe on the mediums. So Romantic is the lone person out at the moment on the soft tires, and we'll see how it goes for them, because they've been setting a blistering pace at the moment. I just saw their sector time is they're a second up, which is incredible for them. as they're trying to gain all the while on Dust Vessel at the moment. I think I put a nice like Dutch twist on that. I think saying like the W is like pronouncing it like a V. I think so. It's like vessel. I think that's how you say it. I'm not too sure. Apologies if I say it wrong, but what can you do, eh? So the gap is going down even more now. It dipped into 4.9 for seconds there, so getting extremely close now. What else have we got on at the moment? Not much. Bubble TSM has gained on Niesk now. They're now 4 seconds off the Alpha Tauri in the Red Bull. I'll just have a quick scroll through everyone at the moment. A lot of people couldn't really make the race today. I don't know really what happened there, but I think last race we had 13, this race we only have 9, and I think there's a few other drivers who were there in the 2 races before. So we'll see how this is. Kind of interesting. I think some people are busy with some things, so we'll respect that and we'll just let it go, or let it flow, I guess. And just watching Dust Vessel go through as we have yellow flags, and that is Niesk has gone off at Maggots and Beck. It's very, very unfortunate for them. And that's allowed Bubble TSM to go through now. So very, very unfortunate for Niesk. They were holding a nice gap to Bubble TSM, but Bubble TSM is through now and is ready to chase after Arna Killer. They're gonna do a good job if they can catch up with them, because there is only 7 laps to go, and there's an 11-second gap as there's more yellow flags, and Niesk has gone off again. I think they're retiring now. They're gonna go to the pit lane, and I think possibly retire in the pit lane. I'm not too sure, but we'll go back through other people. I'm just gonna have a quick look. I think Niesk might have some damage. I'm not too sure. I can't change the camera, which is quite annoying, but that's just gonna allow Bubble TSM up a position now as Niesk goes onto the soft tires now, as Contrafact gets another 3-second penalty. I think they might have already had a 3-second penalty. I'm going to check now. They did, so that's now 6 seconds. The top 3 are the only 3 people, sorry, without penalties. Niesk, I think, is going to come out of the pits now, and are going to be lapped now. So very, very unfortunate for them. The race is gone in a flash then, but they will be scoring some points as they are in P8, and that will help them out in the constructors for them. But obviously everyone else will be scoring bigger, but a lot of people aren't competing, so they will be getting an advantage on the ones who aren't competing. I'll show some off-board cameras now, because I think I've been staying on the onboard camera a little bit too long. As you could possibly be telling, I'm kind of running out of things to say, because we're the last 6 laps now, and there's not much action going on, but Contrafact is quite close to the back of Love Ferrari. They've got a good run now. I forgot to turn notifications off, apologies for that. Just a big black box comes up and it's very, very annoying. But Contrafact are going to try to get a good run now into Maggots and Beckett's. We'll see now. They aren't backing off at all, so they're really eager and keen to get this podium position now. As we'll see them now on the main straight, they've got Diras wide open. Is it going to be a move? They're going to go down the inside into Stowe. Contrafact on the inside. Love Ferrari is going to try hold it on the outside. He's still holding it on the outside. They're going to go wheel to wheel now into the next chicane. Love Ferrari locks up. I haven't got a great camera angle, but Contrafact holds it through and is now up into a podium position. Love Ferrari might try to get that position back now, as we're in lap 21 now. Contrafact is just ahead of LaFerrari, which is unfortunate for LaFerrari because they're running very, very well in P3, but they have, if LaFerrari maintains a 6-second gap with contract, they'll still get the podium position regarding they don't get a penalty. As Bubble TSM does get a penalty now in their attempt to get past, or in their attempt to get closer up to Arna Killer, which they have been doing quite well so far, but it might not be enough. Tyres now, people are, well, Niesk has gone into the softs now, so we've got some people on the soft tyres now. Remontic has been treating those tyres very well. I think they're going to get them to the end, which is very good for them, as Niesk gets a penalty there. I just saw that there. But Dust Vessel has been absolutely cruising out in front. It's been a very, very dominant race for them. They've been leading all race, got a very good start. They got past their teammate Bubble TSM at the start, as Remontic sets a fast lap of the race. And is closing in even more on Dust Vessel. But going back to Dust Vessel, Dust Vessel got past. They got past people, and sorry, my mic cuts out at the worst times. But as I was saying about Dust Vessel, they got past an FJ, and they've had a gigantic lead, so it's been a very, very comfortable race for them. I do not want to put a commentator's curse on them though, because that will just be the worst if they crash now, and I'm gonna have the worst reputation ever, and it's going to be awful, so I'm not gonna do that. Dust Vessel is going through Maggots and Beckett's now. LaFerrari is still maintaining that gap that they need to contrafact to get that podium place, as we're in the last 4 laps now. I think someone's pitted. That's Bubble TSM's pitted. They might have decided that they're not going to get past Arna Killer anytime soon, and saw an opportunity and decided to go for the fastest lap, I guess, which was good for them, I guess. It's probably the best way to maximize points, which will help them. We'll just see them negotiate the corners now through Luffield now, and onto the straight. I forgot it's the old start-finish straight, which I can tell you, it is a weird thought though, thinking of Silverstone, like in the way the old start-finish straight and the way it would have run. Would have been very interesting to see how that would work. We've obviously got the Hamilton straight, which starts us now, which is an interesting straight to name. Obviously, Lewis Hamilton, 7-time world champion, looking to make it 8th this season, but he's obviously got a very, very big challenge from Max Verstappen this season as well, and Valtteri Bottas is going to try pull back as well. So Remontic is pulling in a little bit more now. I'm not sure it will be enough, as the soft tyres will probably be going off at the end now, although so will Dust Vessel's tyres. But Remontic's probably just going to cruise to the end, Dust Vessel's going to most likely cruise to the end in P1 as we're going into the last 2 laps now. Followed closely by Remontic, I might add. So a bit of time has been gained there. As I said, the time was not being gained much, so Remontic might be in the stream listening to me. If you are, mate, you should be driving, not listening to me, and focus on the race. But hey, if you're watching this back, fair play to you. You've driven a great race so far, and you deserve that P2 and possibly even the P1 if you get it. But let's not forget about Dust Vessel, who's been leading all race. LaFerrari's got the DRS on contract now, trying to get that P3 back before the checkered flag. They just back off there. I think they're doing some tire preservation, but they're locked there, which doesn't really help. And it's gonna compromise them a little bit now, coming out of Luffield. and I'm just gonna have a quick look through all the drivers at the moment. No one's really doing anything at the moment. I'll monitor Bubble TSM on the fastest lap. I'm not too sure who has the fastest lap. Fastest lap does it is Bubble TSM at the moment with their 1 minute 25.8, so they're absolutely flying along at the moment, which is brilliant for them. Obviously they're a full minute off the leader, which is unfortunate, but as we enter the last, or the penultimate lap now, going on to I've forgotten the name of the street, but sure, what can you do? I'll look back now. The rest of the drivers are just filtering through now. Sorry, I'll have a look at the penalties now. I'll try getting them up now. Yeah, so the Niesk has got a 9 seconds worth of penalties. Bubble TSM has 9 seconds worth of penalties. Arnicular has 3 seconds worth of penalty. Flying Dutch has a 3-second penalty, and Contrafact has a 9-second penalty. So LaFerrari's just got to stay within that 9 seconds. I guess they can drop back as far as they like it, as long as they're within 9 seconds. So they've just got to hold on, and the podium will be theirs, which will be good for them, as they have been running quite high up all race, but Contrafact has been fighting up the field as well, and they've done a great job. As we enter the last lap now, I'm just going to stay on Dust Vessel at the moment. I'll have a look at the interval for the other two. I'll have a look at the interval for LaFerrari and Contrafact, just in case I miss any action. But this is the race leader now, going through, I think that's Luffield. Well, one of the corners is Luffield. I think this is Luffield. It's one of my favorite corners ever, actually. It's such a nice corner. Like, it's got a nice bend to it, and you just flow through it, and it really determines whether or not you've got good tires, you're a good driver, or average, who knows. But it really brings out, it's a big place where time can be won or lost, which is the main factor. There's a lot of corners in Silverstone at the moment, but Dust Vessel is on the hangar straight now. We've got a nice camera angle there. There's Romantic in the background, and Dust Vessel is going to come around Stoke, going to come through the last 3 corners now. They've driven an excellent race now. They're going to come through the last couple of corners now. No such problems for them as they go home to win in Silverstone, followed closely by Romantic. Great race from both of them. Contrafact is holding off LaFerrari for a podium position, although on penalties LaFerrari has got the podium position, but on track Contrafact has got the podium. Very well done to them. Arnicular gets a 3-second penalty, but Contrafact comes home for P3, quickly snatched by LaFerrari. Flying Dutch comes home in P5, runs a bit wide there. I think that's Arnicular trying for the fastest lap, although they did get a penalty, so I think it might be deleted. They're going to come through the last few corners now. They drove a very nice race today. I think they're starting from the back of the grid, so all in all, very nice recovery for them. They come home P6. Bubble TSM is going to be the next one through now. As I'm just going to quickly check, I think they still do have the fastest lap. If they don't, yep, they still do. So the pole sitter, Bubble TSM, not a very good race for them, but they have taken home the maximum amount of points that was available to them from the position they were in, and that rounds out the final grid. So very, very well done to all the drivers there. Flying Dutch gets the fastest lap there. Very, very well done to all the drivers. Everyone drove a very, very clean race today. There's our race winner, Dust Vessel, receiving the trophy. Incredible job from them. They were very dominant this race, followed kind of closely by the Alfa Romeo. And it's a nearly all Dutch podium. I think I could just see it from the flags there. But I'm gonna quickly run through the grid and I'm gonna say goodnight to you all, because I need to go and watch Eurovision. But here is the final grid. Despacito has won the race, followed by Romantic and Love Ferrari. That's the podium for you, followed by Contrafact in P5 is Flying Dutch, P6 is Arna Killer, P7 is Bubble TSM, P8 is Niesk, and P9 is Snurf J, who unfortunately DNF'd, but will get the points anyway, I'm pretty sure. Thank you so much for watching this stream. If you're watching it live, thanks so much. If you're watching it back, thanks so much as well. But I've been ND and I've loved commentating for you. Thank you so much, and goodbye.